Space, the final frontier. But what if it weren't? What if we were to go beyond space and into time? The mistakes of the past erased, the future reborn, the mortal and immortal made to decide their destiny together. Time is no longer an arrow, but an infinite expanse of possibilities. Explore this strange new world. Boldly go where not even a cue has gone before.
Good day, watch lovers. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Robert, and on my channel here we look at different things that we can fix and recover from items people don't want anymore. So what we have today is a box or boxes of broken watches. Now, this box is not something I had shipped in or bought at a store, but it is a combination of a couple of weeks of searching two different sources, looking for watches that can be recovered and fixed up on my channel here. So in the one box, there is sources from a website called Kijiji, if you're familiar with it, and also the other watches I found at a local Salvation Army thrift stores. Okay, so we're going to save this one to last, and we'll see what we've got found in the other locations. I'll let you know where I found these, and after we look at them and see if they are working, we'll look at the value there and see if I've bought garbage or there is a little treasure in here. So this one here I got off Kijiji. It is a Westfield watertight mechanical watch. And when I saw it on there, the individual was selling it. Obviously didn't want it anymore. The band, in really good shape. Looks like it wasn't worn hardly. And it is engraved, probably from the person that previously owned it. And it's mechanical, so let's see if it works. And look at that. Yes, it is running. Make sure the hands adjust. Hands do adjust. So that is a good little find, and this was $5 on Kijiji. Okay, next one is we have a Mickey Mouse watch. This is from Loris. It's a quartz watch, and it also says it has a melody on it. And it has two little features here. One is for, obviously, changing the time, which it does. And the second is for setting the alarm. So apparently you can set this hand to whatever time you want the melody to go off on. The band, it looks, from what I can tell, original, and it's in fairly good shape. So we'll get a battery into this, see if it's working or not. And this one again was Kijiji, $5. Next one from the Salvation Army thrift store, we have a Skagen quartz watch. And this one here, check to see if the hands are working. Yeah, hands are working. And this one here, it looks like, yes, original band is on it. It was originally $9.99, but little tip, if you talk to the thrift store manager, sometimes you can convince them that, hey, you know, I said to them, this watch here, I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm taking a chance at $10. So could you maybe do a little discount? And they did, and they reduced it down to $6.99. So we'll get the back off, change the battery, and see if this was treasure or trash. All right, next one from Salvation Army Thrift Store is a fossil quartz moon watch. Again, the band, it's in good shape, fossil original, and this was $7 at the store there. So we will make sure the hands move. Yep, the hands do move. I don't know if I can pull it out. There we go. The hands are moving, all good. Just get the back off and battery in. See if this one was worth it. And the next one from the Salvation Army was this. Just happened to walk in one day a few days ago, and I saw this sitting in the display case, this G-Shock, and I thought, oh, I better take it. It looks virtually in mint condition, hardly worn probably. Hopefully putting a battery in, this will be up and running okay. And again, I thought $10 was fair for this watch. Let's see if it was fair. Okay, and next we have from a thrift store in a town called Alliston near me. Found this on the $3 bin basket that they had. A Nixon quartz watch. And I did a little looking before making this video, and they call this the Player watch. I'm not sure why they call it the Player, maybe because they have that little diamond in it. But when I found it in the $3 bin, it was already looking pretty rough here. It has original bracelet, everything, but it doesn't have the original pack at all. Looked in the basket, couldn't find it. So I said to the lady, hey, I know it says $3, but will you do $1? And I'll take a chance on it. And she said, sure. So I took this for $1. And we will see if it at least works. Then I'll have to figure out the back. But I just like the look of it there with the diamond. That's why I thought, let's take the chance. Okay, moving right along is this box here. So I walked into a different Salvation Army thrift store, and when I saw this, I thought, no, I gotta get it. It's very nice. So what we have here is a Cardinal 19 jewel mechanical watch. I wanted $40 for it, but when you do donations to the Salvation Army, they give you a 20% off coupon. So luckily I had that, and that dropped that down to 32 Canadian. So the band is pretty tired there, but as you can see, I wound it when I was looking at it in the shop there, and it is working. I just love that silver dial there, the way it reflects. And hands are fine. It does wind. There's no problem there. And it's running just fine. Okay, so for this one here, we're going to see what it looks like with a new band on. All right, stay tuned. We're going to get batteries and new bands on some of these and see if everything worked out okay on this thrift hunt. All right, now it's time to get a wristband on this, and let's see which one looks pretty good on it. So I have this one, I don't know, blue, or go old style stretchy band, nap, or this one here, but this looks not quite as good for this, or darker, maybe not, or how about this here. Let's see what's inside. Get that tape off. And, oh, that looks better. Yeah. Oh, sorry guys. Let's try this one on it and see how it looks. This here even comes with a spring bar tool, which is handy. And 4 spring bars, I guess in case you lose 2 while you're trying to put the first 2 on. Now let's not try and make that happen. Okay. It's going through a little tighter, but we'll get it in. Okay, now we'll try that spring bar tool they gave us. Just push it back just enough to get it past there and in the hole. Sometimes this isn't as easy as it looks. That one doesn't want to go in. And you're seeing mostly the back of my knuckles probably here too. But oh, it went right past it. Back in there. And we'll fish around until we hit that hole. Okay. There we go. Oh, it popped out. Let's try one more time. I don't want to waste your time watching me trying to get this in. But if you're watching this to relax and fall asleep, then maybe it's working. Nope. Okay, there we go. I heard it lock. Okay, one down, one to go. Okay, it's under there. Just gotta find that hole, lock it in. There we go. 2 spring bars locked in. All right, let's see how that looks on the wrist now with its new band. This is the part we all love to do sometimes. That initial peeling off of the protective seal. Oh, that's so nice to just see that brand new shiny surface. Eventually it's not going to look like that after a few years. So now we've got a recorded look of what it looks like. All right, let's get this on the wrist. Let's start with the fossil. See if this little watch works. It's the old battery in there still. Little tip, everybody. If you've got old watches, take the batteries out before putting them in the drawer, because if you look at my other videos, the one watch I got off an individual, a Russian watch, quartz. It had been sitting with the battery in it since probably the 1980s, and the bloody thing had just leaked all over the place inside. So I ended up having to order a new movement from the Ukraine to fix the thing. Okay, this is not the battery I thought it was. I'm going to have to find the right size. There we go. It just needed a 927 battery to get it up and running. So that works perfectly fine. And again, let's see. Just curious if that moon phase will turn. Will I go past the 1 day there? Or how does it turn? Let's go out one more. Or... okay, I think it's got a middle setting here. And we do that. Now, we will have to... ah, there it is. I heard it click twice there. Oh, we will just have to look that up on the Fossil website, how we can change that moon phase. Other than that, it's perfectly fine. Okay, let's move on to the next watch. Now we're going to see if we can get this G-Shock up and running, see if it works. And looks like it needs the Phillips screwdriver there. Okay, so let's see if we can do this on camera. See what has happened to the battery. I estimate this watch, I don't know, from the date it was made, it's probably around 2016. So that would make it about 8 years old. It looks like it's virtually new. I think somebody just didn't want to bother changing the battery. Or got tired of wearing it maybe. Not sure what happened. But anyways, we will see about this battery here. So, I thank you again for watching my channel. If you've stuck with it to this point and you haven't subscribed, I'd love to see if you can subscribe to the channel. It would help it greatly. Or even if you want to like this or leave a comment. That also helps too. So continuing on with this battery, let's see what we have in here. Now, if you recall, one of my other videos, I found another G-Shock previously, so I bought a 2-pack of batteries. So I'm hoping that this battery is the same as the last one. You would think that they would keep it the same. Okay, we'll just have to be careful to get this out. Up and out, straight. All right, there's the battery. And we're going to get that out of there and just get the right tool. Well, we're in luck. This battery I took out of here is a CR1220, and like I said, I bought a 2-pack from the previous watch, and it's paid off to buying the 2-pack because I don't have to wait and order another one. I've got one right now, so we can get this, find out right now if this is going to work. Just got to get it out of the package. All right. Okay. So, if you can see there, the back end of this double prong is where it lifted up. I just took a little probe in there, pushed it forward a bit, and it popped right up. Old battery came out, new one in, push it down, it locks in right away. We'll put the sticker back, but we also have to, it says there that you have to touch the battery and the AC negative once you get the new battery in. So it looks like it's already running. Maybe we don't have to do that. Oh, and make sure we get this thing back in properly. Put that back over there. Okay. Have this lined up. That, and the back on. Okay. All right, well, we get the back on. Won't bore us with that, and I'll come right back. Before I put that back on, I just wanted to make it clear that one thing I noticed when I was putting the battery in, and I had to shift it, is we want to make sure that the movement lines up with the inner bezel there, because this thing can rotate, and if it does, then things don't line up and it doesn't look right. So now I've got that straightened out, and with the back not on yet, we'll get this inner holder back in, and we will do the short out here where the sticker said. So the AC hole is right down here, and the minus is over here. So we'll just stick in and there, and that should do it. And we'll just place this back on and hold it, flip over and make sure everything looks all right still. Okay. I wonder if we need to do that one more time because it's flashing sub again. And over there and there. And still flashing sub. Well, maybe that did. We will see. Last time. And we'll put the back on. Making sure we get it lined up and that the seal is not getting pinched. That should take care of. And I'll get back down here. Okay, let's come back with all 4 screws in. And there we are. Battery in, and time, date, and everything all adjusted. Time zone, I won't go through that because there's lots of tutorials already out there describing on how to adjust this watch, so no point in making another one. But yeah, one thing to make note of when you're getting that white plastic case back in there, the push buttons, they need to line right up with that white liner, or your push buttons are just not going to work properly. So just make a note of that as you're putting it back together after the battery replacement. Okay, let's move on to the next watch, see if it works. Now let's see how Mickey will work out. Just get the back cover off. Find a spot where it'll lift up there. Here we go. And we'll just take a simple little button battery in there. Lift up this cover. Plastic was still over the movement. Inside, sit it in there. Put the plastic back over, which looks like they were using to hold down the battery. And get this cover back on. Snap it down. I don't think this is going to be a waterproof watch, so I'm not going to, if I let my girls wear this, I'm not going to let them wear it in the tub. And if we get it down, it doesn't feel like it's snapped in there. Okay, now it's down. And success. Mickey is alive. Now, the moment we are all, I did not get that down tight. Sorry, everyone. Okay, now is Mickey gonna make some sounds? Pop that out and turn it to the time that, oh, right about, I heard a beep. Let's set it for 11, the time, and then we will set the alarm for 11. Okay, push it all the way in, stops the alarm. Leave it one notch out. It's going to go off. There it is. Isn't that cute? All right, let's try setting that for, I wonder if it plays a different tune at, oh, it's going a little longer now. All right. Very good. Now we'll move on to the Skagen. Now this Nixon, I'm hoping some polywatch will fix up that crystal there, get rid of all those scratches. It's been well worn, whoever previously owned it. But let's see if it at least will run. It's a shame that the original battery, back is gone. But we may be able to figure something out together. And if you can see that, there it is. It's a runner. Get some polywatch on that crystal and make it look a little better. And then figure out the back bracelet looks like. It's still in very good shape, other than it's well worn. Original clasp. Okay, that's a good one. At least it works. And we'll move on to the next watch. Next is, we'll see if we can get the battery changed out on the Skagen here and see if it works. Looks like it's just a simple pop off the back there in that spot. I took the wristband off just so it's easier to get at. And you're kidding me. No watch back could be that hard. Really? That is not budging. Maybe that's why whoever owned this before gave up on it. If you can't change the battery yourself, why bother owning a watch? But that is not coming off with that tool. It's one of these Scotty. I need more power.
Captain, I haven't got the power. Try, man, try. Power, more power. Man's power.
I need more power. I just need more power or something to wedge that off or get underneath. All right, let's see if we can clamp it down and do that. All right, let's see if we can get this off. Oh, I'm seeing a gap, and yes, that was a little extreme, but it worked. And we have the back off. So I probably, a few of you might be saying, well, is that hard to get off? It's going to be just as hard to get back on, which you're probably right. So let's see if a new battery is going to work on there. I see whoever owned it left the battery in. Hopefully it hasn't leaked. Get that out, that cover out. And see what we're dealing with here. Okay. Looks all right, but we'll see. The battery we're replacing is an SR621. Let's see if this brings it back to life. Hopefully it's compatible and fits. Okay, it's in there. Moment of truth. And the winner is us. Okay, $7. We have a running Skagen again. Excellent. Okay, I'm not gonna make this video any longer by putting that back on because it may take a while. It's just a quick curiosity. See if it's gonna go on easier than it had to come off. No, it's obviously it's going to need a bit of a pressing down. All right, we'll move right along. Okay, we're going to do a recap now. So this one here, as I said, up and running. Melody works, and this Mickey, as I found here on eBay, the last sold for $42 Canadian. So not bad for $5, but we'll see if we can find a home for it. Next watch is the Fossil, and it works perfectly. The moon phase adjusts with the time, and the Fossil I found here, you can see, was for around $48 US, or that's 67 Canadian. So it's looking good too. Next watch is the G-Shock, and it's all calibrated and running now with the new battery. It was in perfect condition, the band and everything. And as you can see here on the eBay auction, it actually sold for 70 US final bid, and or 97 Canadian. So not bad for $9.99. Next watch is the Westfield. This vintage one, it's up and running. It winds fine, keeps time good. And as you see here, I found an example, not exactly the same. The bezel looks a little different on the one I found on eBay. But that one on eBay there sold for $129 US or 180 Canadian. So we'll see how this one does a little later. It's a nice little watch. Now I found the Skagen here online, and the only example I could find of it had sold for 124 Canadian, or was listed for 124 Canadian. And it's a runner. And then next one that we saw was Nixon. This one was really rough, as you remember. But if I could get it in decent shape and find a back for it, here's an example of some that sold for around $82 Canadian. And last but not least, my favorite is the Cardinal. And after putting that new band on it, it's very nice to wear. And it's become my favorite out of the group. So I think this is the keeper for the day. And I thank you for watching, everybody. And if you want to know what might be coming up next, I just happen to give the ones that have stuck this long, I thank you in the video. But this is a sneak peek of what may be coming up on the next video. I did not get this in a bag of broken watches. I got this from a relative who asked me if I could take a look at it. He's had a bit of a bump and drop with this. So we'll see if we can get this Breitling up and running for him. All right, thank you. If you want to see the video that's coming up for this, subscribe. And it may be coming up soon, as long as I get everything I need for it. And thank you again for watching. Take care and stay safe.